Look at this guy. And this guy. Do you find them bizarre? Or how about someone who intentionally gets bitten by thousands of ants just to show how strong he is? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about some of the people who went too far and are living by their own rules. The last one is a real-life reptilian. So make sure to keep watching until the end, and of course, smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. With that, let us begin. Number 1, unbathable. Be honest guys, at least once in your lifetime, you might have thought about skipping bath time. I remember when I was younger, I did not like to bathe much, and my mom used to scold me for that. But as I grew up, I recognized how important hygiene is, right? Well, it looks like this guy from Iran is living his childhood dream. Or was he a cat in a previous life? Amal Haji, an 87-year-old Iranian man, has not bathed for more than 67 years. Someone is living the dream, but it is not as pleasing as you might think. I mean, look at his photos. Not to be rude, but I don't think he would be getting any girls with that look, right? Well, lesson number 1 from the video, if you want them girls, better get up and make bathing a habit. Number 2, Mr. Skullface. We all have different kinds of interests. I, for one, like to surf the internet all the time. Seriously, don't comment that I need to get to life. I know I do. Or else how will I keep getting you this awesome content? Anyhow, this gentleman that we're going to talk about now has some weird interest. He wants to look as if he does not have a flesh on his face and wishes to look like a skull. Even though the name Skullface sounds pretty cool, the actual idea is horrifying. For starters, Mr. Skullface from Germany gets his ears cut off to give him more of a naked look to his face. Other than that, he has several tattoos on his face and has horns on his head as well. This does not go with the normal society, right? He has spent a ton of money on his determination to be one corpse of a man. Looks like Vincent van Gogh was not the only one to cut off his ear for something we normal beings cannot understand. Number 3, the Dog Man. Here's another bizarre hobby that will be weird for some of you. We all like to play pretend when we are kids, right? I used to be the Flash when I was a younger age. Well, some of the fans of comics growing up and yet continue to follow their love for their favorite comics and characters, and society calls them cosplayers or role players. But what if someone takes an inspiration not from a fictional character, but more like a realistic thing, like an animal? Tom, who's a technician by day, likes to live like a dog when he is away from attention. He sleeps in a dog cage and has a special skin-tied suit for himself, which turns him into a Dalmatian. He loves to be a dog and says it helps him to relive his life without much worry. Now how bizarre is that? Let us know in the comments below.
Breathe through your nose of a puppy, which is nice.
Number 4, Lady Who Lives in Water. When Aquaman was released, I used to think how cool it might be to live in the water. I've always imagined the lost civilization of Atlantis, and how cool it would be to live in water and enjoy some amazing beauties in it. But is it not as beautiful as it sounds, especially when you have to live in water in order to survive? Pachurani Hosh from India spends the majority of her day submerged in a lake near her house. She spends up to 16 hours inside the water because it hurts when she is out. She has been diagnosed with an unknown infection that makes her skin swell and it hurts her a lot. None of the medications were able to help her, and she had no way to get past her pain. Well, a local lake became her only help. For the last 2 decades, she has been spending the majority of time in the water, and it helps ease her pain. This is one sad way of being Aquaman, right? Number 5, unwashed hair. Earlier we talked about a man who did not bathe for many years. Well, things have become even interesting for the ladies. I mean, they need to wash their hair especially, and this makes things even worse, because they can't wash it every time they bathe, and they have the conditioner, shampoo, dryer, and whatnot. So this lady decided to never wash her hair, and the way her hair looks is just a mess. I mean, yeah, it might feel great for not washing her heavy hair for a while, but what the hell is this? It makes me feel nauseous just by looking at it. Number 6, man up. What is the best method to check if a teenager has grown to manhood? I mean, while we judge this based off the amount of work he can do if he can make a living or not, or even if he can look after his family or not, but this tribe has a weird method of doing so. The Saturn Maw people judge the manliness of new teenagers by getting them bitten by ants. They have some special gloves, and these gloves are made from some fiber from local trees. But the gloves are not the main event here, of course. It could not be that simple. The gloves are in fact filled with ants, and not just any ant, these are bullet ants, which are known for their ruthless, painful stings. As just one ant is enough to make you suffer for hours. The boys are to wear these gloves for some minutes, and by the time they remove their hands, they have been already bitten by more than hundreds of bullet ants. The tribes judge the young boys' pain retention capabilities, and see if they can be worthy men in the future or not. Number 7, the Green Lady of Brooklyn. We have seen some really weird obsessions already. May it be to look like the Ghost Rider or to become a human dog, But this one is quite absurd. Let me first ask you, what is your favorite color? Comment down below and let us know. Well, this lady from Brooklyn has received a lot of fame just because of her love for the color green. She loves it so much that her life revolves around the color green completely. May it be the items, may it be her wardrobe, or even her hair. Everything in her house is the color green. Her looks, from her hair to even her nails, she just loves the color green. We all know that green is related to happiness, growth, and continuity. And this is the message that Elizabeth Sweetheart, who really is a sweetheart by the way, wants to give to society. She is around her 80s and still she wants to continue her life in green. There's not a single thing in her home that you'll be able to see in any other color. Moreover, Elizabeth is a great admirer of gardening as well, and she has tons of plants in her backyard. This adds more to the green theme and gives a message of afforestation as well. A great way to use your obsession to send a message, Grandma. Number 8, the Lizard Man. If you think that the human skull was spooky, then this guy is 10 steps ahead of him. No, I am not talking about Doc, Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man. But this is a real-life person who inspires to look like a lizard. May it be the weird tongue or the scales on the skin, this American performer has it all. Eric Sprague has modified his body to such an extent that he looks completely like a reptile. He even tattooed his whole skin in the color green. Totally not related to the green lady from before. That is enough to make anyone feel weird. Other than that, he has a ton of piercings on his skin, and he has used some mechanical methods to have scales and coarse skin like a reptile. This might be the person that haunts your nightmares, but he has been able to make a good amount of recognition from his weird taste of beauty. He has been a part of some movies, like Modifying Freak. Well, the movie titles do match his taste of beauty.
Here it goes. Up the nose, in the nostril, down the back of the throat. Thing of wonder, folks. It's a thing of wonder.
They are all beautiful no matter what. Some of them really took it too far sometimes and are living by their own rules. Which one shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, see you in the next one.